Hi, hope everybody had a great holiday, and if you're watching this later, which probably most of you will be because I only have one subscriber at the moment, I hope you have fond memories. So what is it like to be bisexual? Well, thought exercise time, and I apologize in advance for the superficiality of these pictures, but it's there for effect. So I can't speak for all bisexuals. I know bisexuals who can only form emotional relationships with the opposite sex but are good having sex with either gender. I know bisexuals who have to have one of each. Most bisexuals I've met are a little bit more like me, though. It's you just love who you love. So let's say person one, blonde hair, common interests, same philosophical viewpoints, same beliefs, same political leanings, same principles, intelligent, sexy, fantastic lover, everything you could ever ask in a person. Plus, they just reach into your soul and crawl in there and live there as part of you. It's your soulmate, and it's wonderful. And they look like Alexander Skarsgård. Okay, I don't care if you're a straight male or a lesbian, he is a goddamn good-looking man. Okay, let's say person two. Maybe not hideous, not really your thing. You got a couple of interests in common. I mean, you have a friendship there that you can kind of build on. Just maybe they're not politically, aligned with you. Maybe they're not the same religion. There's some stuff. There's some friction. You could probably make it work if, you had to. Like, say you're in a lifeboat or something. You could make a partnership out of it. But it's really just there's no spark there. There's no spark, and if it came down to it, the lights would have to be off and you have to be blindfolded. And let's say that person looks like this. So who are you going to take? The blonde, who you are absolutely enraptured with, and probably would be even if it looked like the brunette, or the brunette? I'd go with the person I love, the blonde.
You can't have the blonde.
What are you, crazy? That's going to bring about the end of civilization. What kind of a disgusting pervert are you to want to be with a blonde? Oh my God. Do you realize what you're doing? You're embarrassing your family. You're doing nothing less than bringing about the end of civilization. Now, I can only speak for myself, so I can't say that that is what it's like to be gay. But I can say that's what it's like to be in a same-sex relationship. At least the bad part of it. The thing you have to remember is that's only a very small part. When you're in the relationship, you take a stand, you're authentic, you're honest, and you're in love. You took arms against a sea of sorrows, and by opposing, kicked its ass. So, step B. After about 3 years, Mr. Right decides it's not for him, and your soulmate leaves you. Meet the perfect brunette. You have common interests. You have the same philosophical viewpoints. You have the same beliefs, you have the same political leanings, have the same principles. She's intelligent, she's sexy, fantastic lover, everything you want, and curls up inside your soul and lives there and becomes part of you. She is your soulmate. You didn't know you had another piece out there, but it's out there. So what do? Hi, I'm your soulmate.
What the hell are you doing trying to be with a brunette? I thought you liked blondes.
Then after a few months of dating, you tell her, hey, look, I dated a blonde a while back. She's like, oh, you what? I don't know if I can handle that. I'm sorry. That's the bad part about being bisexual. Once you've ever been with a man, as far as the straight world is concerned, you're gay. But if you're honest with your partner like you should be, you can't really go back to being that straight person because that's not who you are. And you want someone to love you for you. Again, the good part. You're being authentic. You're being honest. You're making a stand. You are getting to experience more of the human condition than most people can because you get to see it from a unique viewpoint, because you get to bond with people that most other people wouldn't be able to bond with because of the sexuality. And if you do it right, you get a unique perspective on life that gives you a certain degree of wisdom and insight into people, and it's wonderful. I can't imagine being any other way, and I wouldn't imagine being any other way. So, what's it like being me?
Captain Jack Harkness. And who are you?
Martha Jones.
Nice to meet you, Martha Jones.
Oh, don't stop.
Captain Jack Harkness, and who are you?
Still Pate.
Captain Jack Harkness.
Still Pate.
Can I say hello to anyone?
John, I do not protest, though.
Maybe later, Blue.
No, that's true, actually. I really am. I'm a compulsive flirt. And if I can get anywhere with it, I keep going. And I can always get somewhere with it because I'm charming. So basically, I flirt with everybody. So if you're around me for a day, you kind of figure it out. Of course, there is the added thing that if I am in a relationship, Flirting is all I will ever do. I'm faithful to a fault. So, to a certain degree, I don't want to blend in, but to another degree, I can't blend in because I do act just gender atypical enough that I don't usually pass for straight. In fact, the number one thing that women who take me home to meet mom hear mom say after I leave is, he kind of acts a little gay. Of course, my boyfriends have always enjoyed the fact that I'm a little bit more masculine than most of the guys they go out with. And in the Bible Belt, well, I am blessed to be in a group of very interesting and varied people. And pretty much nobody I know has a problem with me. You do get crossways looks, you do kind of feel uncomfortable sometimes because of people. Actually, that's not true. I kind of get off on it. Just to be honest, I have no time for bigots. I mean, they get me mad, but most of the time I'll just laugh at them because, what cave did you crawl out of? I've had a few scares of being in situations where someone could have really done some serious harm to me or my family because of the lack of protection we have under the law. But I was able to get through those, and there weren't many. So mostly I just hang out and be me and enjoy being me and enjoy the way people react to me being me because it seems to make a lot of people smile. And being bi in my 40s as opposed to my 20s, well, I could have had a lot more fun when I was 20 if I would have realized that all the massive attraction I had to other men meant that I wasn't straight. I was pretty screwed up as a kid. We'll get to that later. So there's complications. I have kids. I gotta find a sitter. I'm raising the kids. I have school functions. I'm very domesticated, but then again, I never was a partier. I was talking with an ex of mine, and she said that she couldn't imagine being attracted to another woman. It was then that I realized I couldn't wrap my head around that. Not straight versus gay, but monosexual versus bisexual. Because for me, that point where a spark can happen in a relationship can happen in pretty much any relationship. And it's a beautiful thing when it does. And I can't understand not finding someone of the same sex attractive. I mean, for me, there's got to be a point, right? I mean, there's got to be a point where you're just like, wow, I would really like to kiss that. And I know that it's a matter of what's there to work with. I know that it's a matter of the attraction response being there. But for me, to an extent, it's always there. For me, I look at it and I think, how can you limit your interactions with other people? How can you base your relationships on the be-all and end-all of genitalia? There is so much more to a person than that. And I say this as a horny little devil. So the lesson here, life has its problems. It also has its glorious triumphs. If you're bisexual, own it. Don't hold yourself back. Be authentic. Grab this life with both hands and feel love. It's a wonderful experience. Be true to yourself and be true to your heart. So until next time, peace, love, and pickles. Oh, and dude, I know that you were probably being funny when you did that picture, but if you were like being for real with that, no.